So we had to act now, and we're doing war. War! What is it good for? Distracting from the Epstein files.
I've reached out to several of the president's most prominent supporters in his movement to get the reaction to this momentous decision to launch a wide-scale attack on Iran.
The White House is responding to criticism from some of the president's vocal supporters after they questioned the rationale for the war against Iran, among them Tucker Carlson and Megyn Kelly. Also, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has recently broken with the president on a number of issues. And then there's Matt Walsh.
Now we're in a regime change war with Iran. That's the breaking point. I'm out. I'm done.
I just heard back from Tucker Carlson, and his answer, he told me if the president's decision is, quote, absolutely disgusting and evil.
Look, this Chesley Major.
Chesley Major.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me again. Welcome back. Welcome back. Lock in, tap into the broadcast. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and click that like button if you enjoy the content. The MAGA bag of nuts is all jumbled up, and at this point, they ain't together. It's a big divide going on. They're split. It's another war going on. World War III, basically. We're going at it with Iran right now. We dropped some bombs on them last year, and now more bombs. It's looking real nasty, and this thing has caused a real divide amongst the GOP. Things ain't as sweet as they thought it would be. Things are going kind of not as they planned. But not too long ago, Trump was just saying there will be no more wars. He's the president of peace. You remember this? Y'all check this out.
I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. No more wars. No more disruptions. We will have prosperity and we will have peace. Under Trump, we will have no more wars, no more disruptions, and we will have prosperity and peace for all. I am the candidate of peace. I am peace. They said he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. We more and more are not wanting to be the policeman of the world.
So President Donald Trump ran on no more wars, peace in the Middle East. Doesn't look that way to me, though. So he said all of that, and before you know it, he went back on his word. And that's what got all of the Republicans pissed. The ones on his side and the ones that are jumping ship also. And then you got Caroline Levitt. She had this to say right after we went in the first time. So I don't really understand, why are we there again? If you got rid of their nuclear capability the first time, how did they develop more so fast? I don't think that's possible. But remember this?
And just to follow up for clarity, you said, yes, it was completely and totally obliterated, because there have been different assessments on exactly how much damage has been done.
We are confident, yes, that Iran's nuclear sites were completely and totally obliterated, as the president said in his address to the nation on Saturday night. And we have a high degree of confidence that where those strikes took place is where Iran's enriched uranium was stored. The president wouldn't have launched the strikes if we weren't confident in that. So this operation was a resounding success, and administration officials agree with that.
So as I'm following this situation, it's pretty evident that it's just more lies and more gaslighting. So we went from no wars to dropping bombs on their nuclear facilities to now this.
The lives of courageous American heroes may be lost, and we may have casualties. That often happens in war. Even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives, we pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is.
Yeah, and the president had an interesting exchange on Air Force One over the weekend, Carol. I want to get your take about this idea of troops on the ground. Mothers out there are worried that we're going to have a draft, that they're going to see their sons get in and daughters get involved in this. What do you want to say about the president's plans for troops on the ground? As we know, it's been largely an air campaign up until now.
It has been, and it will continue to be, and President Trump wisely does not remove options off of the table. I know a lot of politicians like to do that quickly, but the president, as commander-in-chief, wants to continue to assess the success of this military operation. It's not part of the current plan right now, but the president, again, wisely keeps his options on the table.
All my MAGA voters who are upset and saying this is not what I voted for. Well, you did. Don't you know who I am? I'm me.
Watching people who know nothing of the horror that comes with this kind of violence. People who could not even imagine what it feels like in the pit of your stomach when you hear that one of your friends has been killed. Or watching one of your best friends be ripped apart by high explosive. Watching people who have no idea what any of this looks like or feels like celebrate this disgusts me. And then watching them turn around and tell us that these sacrifices are just what happens. We just need to be prepared for more casualties because that's what happens. It's not what fucking happens to them. It's what happens to us.
You got a sitting president who's never been to war, never been to the armed forces, yet he's talking about sending you and my kids into battle to fight for this country and other people's country. That just don't sit right with me. It just does not sit right with me that you would offer up my children's lives while Barron and the rest of them, they laid back with their feet kicked up on the goddamn coffee table. Don't sit right with me, because see, he ran on peace. He ran on lower gas prices. He ran on immigration. And I don't think we getting any of that. As a matter of fact, let's check out what MAGA thinks about all the things he said he was running on. Check this out.
This has to be the breaking point. This is the breaking point for the GOP coalition. You buried the Epstein files. There is no border wall. You didn't deliver on mass deportations. You cut corporate tax rates for the rich by cutting Medicaid again. No infrastructure bill, no middle class tax cuts. You got to refund the tariffs. And now we're in a regime change war with Iran. That's the breaking point. I'm out. I'm done. I am off the Trump train. I am not voting in 26. If Rubio or Vance are on the ticket in any form in 28, I'm voting for a Democrat.
And I want to know, where the hell is JD Vance? Where is he? Where is Tulsi Gabbard? Because if they stand by and are silent, and they're turning back on the same words they said, it's all on video. All of them are on video saying it, just like I'm on video saying no more foreign wars, no more regime change. I'm on video on campaign stages and at Trump rallies saying the exact same thing. But where's JD and where's Tulsi?
Look, there are massive divisions over what we've done here, and people are going to change their minds over the coming days and weeks, one way or the other. But my own feeling is no one should have to die for a foreign country. I don't think those 4 service members died for the United States. I think they died for Iran or for Israel.
Not only is the entire country split on this war, 70-30, but the entire MAGA bag nuts is split on this thing, totally divided. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's unhinged and just going off about this thing. You got Megyn Kelly. She's snapping like a snapper turtle. You got Nick Fuentes. He just ain't giving in. Him and those Groyper guys. You understand? Then you got Tucker Carlson. He going off. Matt Walsh. I mean, everybody. The whole entire knuckle-dragging Neanderthal, inbred, murderous, musty, maniac Mayo Brigade. Everybody is split and divided in the GOP. The Republicans are looking like crap right now. You understand? And his approval rating, when I say his, Donald Trump, his approval ratings have face planted. Took a nice nosedive. I mean, his approval ratings are in the toilet at this point. Most people are like, this can't be the guy we voted for. What happened to the guy that said prices was going to go down, tariffs was going to go up, oil is going to go down, no more wars, Because that guy just ain't showing up anymore. He ain't even in the building. It's a totally different person in the White House right now. And he playing for keeps. Here's why. Donald Trump not worried about running a third term. He may try to steal a third term, but if he doesn't get his way, he just want to have a big bag of money for him and his family to take away from this whole situation. And that's what he's been doing, lining his pockets the whole time. It shows the world the level of evil that these anti-black white supremacists are willing to go to have their supremacist way. They're willing to engulf themselves in any kind of war. They're willing to take out schools, kids, you name it. It doesn't matter. Long as they get the paper and the end game is global dominance. That's what it's all about. I know a lot of people saying right now they didn't sign up for this, but you did sign up for this. You voted for a goddamn maniac. Orange Man is unhinged and off the chain, and he don't got no goddamn chill in him. He going straight forward. Damn what you say, he say, she say, they say. But right now, it's war all over that region. The whole Middle East is going through war. We're talking about shipments from China, shipments from Russia, Turkey, everywhere. Saudi Arabia is catching it right now. You understand me? Iraq, Pakistan. And we just going to have to see how this thing play out. But as of right now, it ain't playing out so well. But anyway, let me know. Do you think we should go any further with this war? Do you think that prices at the pump are going to raise to an astronomical level? Do you think it's fair that Donald Trump sends other people's kids into war, but not his own? Leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts. Let's chop it up a little bit. Click that like button if you enjoyed the content. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Our look this Chesley made you.
Chesley Major.
Yeah.